If you are a leader, if you're a manager and you're wondering, how do I give constructive feedback to my team members in a way that doesn't hurt them, that doesn't demotivate them, that doesn't make them not have eye contact with you, that doesn't demoralize them, but a feedback that needs to reach them, then I'm going to give you a few ways that you can eliminate the tension and make the environment more cozy, easy, warm for them to really embrace your feedback. Number one, when I try to give feedback to my team members, I always try to make sure that the conversation doesn't start with them feeling lonely that they are receiving feedback. The first thing that I would say is that I'm going to give you some constructive feedback. It's a reflection and I'm keen to hear your views on it. This is something that I have observed, but I'm keen to know your side of the story. Now, the moment you say that, it makes sure that people don't see you as someone who thinks that your opinion is the reality and you haven't considered the other perspective, you haven't considered the other side, you haven't considered the other data points which could influence how you think about them. And the moment you say that, I'm going to share my version of how I look at things, keen to know how you look at things, and then we can have a discussion, it allows room for your opinion to not come as a verdict on them. Number two, just try to make sure that you don't make them feel lonely in it. So when I give them feedback, I would say that, I'm sharing some constructive feedback with you, but just so you know, I get a lot of constructive feedback from my manager too. We all get it. My manager gets it. My manager's manager gets it. And the moment you eliminate that feeling of, I'm the only one getting this negative feedback, this constructive feedback, people are more likely to engage with it. And number three, this is something that you need to be a bit more measured and balanced about, and how you navigate it, how you do it, how you make sure that people are only expecting things of you which you can deliver. You could basically ask them for feedback on yourself. You can say that, look, we all need to grow in our roles. I'm keen to grow as a leader too, and I don't want to put you on the spot in your performance review conversation to give me feedback, but I'm going to install a bi-monthly growth conversation for us where you give me one thing that I need to reflect on and I give you one thing that you could reflect on, and then we can make sure that we are reporting back onto what we did about it. Now, this makes sure that your team member knows that you are also keen to grow, you are also keen to embrace feedback, which makes them in turn more open to feedback themselves, and it also creates a lot of respect, that you are not coming as a dictator saying this is how you need to improve and that's how we need to improve. If your team member needs a certain environment where they can thrive, you can probably ask them this question, that is there any one thing that I can do differently to give you the environment you need to thrive? Remember that it's very hard for a junior person to give their seniors feedback. There is a fear of retaliation, there is a fear of they're going to judge me, you're going to take away that opportunity from me because I gave you that feedback. And it's your job, through your body language, through how you react in the moment when they actually tell you what needs to be improved, you are not discouraging them from being open. And most importantly, if it's something that you can work on it and prove it to them, become a role model. And if it's something that you cannot work on, then be clear about the boundaries as well. So for example, if somebody tells you that I really need to know the clear divisional priorities, and maybe you are waiting for approvals from your seniors on it to know how those priorities would impact the individual, you need to be clear about it. Don't be shy about sharing your own vulnerabilities in the process in a measured way. And I hope that if you use a combination of these three things in giving them feedback, by holding yourself to account as well and taking feedback, in making sure that they don't feel lonely in the process, and positioning it as a discussion, as something where their opinion, their side of the story to be heard is as important as yours, will eliminate the tension and make the conversation less conflicty, more amicable, and ensure that the trust is intact. Try these and let me know how it goes. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe to my channel to overcome, to grow and thrive, because I'm rooting for you. I'm forever in your corner and I really want you to win.